There's a different way for everyone.
Hello and welcome to Unity in Our Community. That was our beautiful theme song, courtesy of Creative Society Music, and it's called Unity. And you are listening to Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM. I am Jessie Grace, and I'm here on Unity in the Community with some incredible talent right here, right now, in the studio. So today's program, we are talking to some amazing artists. So Freyja Elsy, welcome.
Hiya, nice to be here.
Thank you so much for coming in. And Duke-Al.
What's going on? Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. I'm super excited to talk to you both about your musical journeys and play some of your work as well. So a general kind of like introduction to these incredible, talented Welsh artists, and also a general chit chat around music and experiences and things that, you know, maybe you can impart some of your knowledge and wisdom that you have learnt to other listeners who might be starting their musical journeys or wanting to out there. So Freyja, let's start with you first. You are a singer-songwriter, composer, producer. Is that what you would say?
Yes, I wouldn't know which one would go first, but I love to incorporate all of those different things in my music writing.
Yeah.
I guess I've been songwriting since I was a teenager, you know, getting the teenage angst out in songs. And then I went to uni to study music and learn how to be a composer. And then since then, I've been focusing a lot on producing.
Did you do composition degree?
It was just a standard like music degree, but I specialised in like composition, studio.
I feel a bit jealous of that, actually. So it was like a pure music degree?
Yeah.
So did you have to be grade 8 on one instrument and grade 6 on another?
At least in one, I guess. Grade 8 in one instrument.
So what's your grade 8 then? Piano?
Flute.
Ooh.
Yes.
Can you do jazz flute?
I've tried. I like doing modern contemporary flute.
Yeah, like, you know the Prince tune? Do, 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 do. What is that? Get Off. That's a flute, isn't it? Ooh, better put my phone on silent. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what you mean.
I'm so impressed with Lizzo playing the flute live. Her flute, like, you have to have a lot of breath work.
Who's Lizzo? Should I know?
She's she's a really popular pop artist at the moment.
Okay.
She's fab. You should listen to her at some point.
Okay.
She's like big on empowerment, and
I will.
She's an amazing dancer, and she plays a flute on stage, and she sings, and she's got the most amazing breath work.
There's so many talented people, isn't there, around? It's just unreal. We've got such a thriving industry, especially in the UK. I think, you know, we need to big up all the artists out there, and we need to celebrate our creativity. Creativity is where the fertile ground is for the future, as far as I'm concerned. And yes, we need to support everyone. I'm going to play one of your tracks now. Let's just go straight into it.
Great.
Golden Hour, this is called, by Freyja Elsy. So just tell us quickly a little bit about this. When was this released? When did you write it?
I wrote this about this time last year, actually.
Yeah.
And released it in, I want to say, somewhere in autumn. The time is
I think I saw that on your socials. I think it was about October time. Yes, you got quite a bit of airplay with it, I think. So congrats on that. And is it the golden hour? Is it the evening or the morning?
It could be either, but I tended to imagine it as like the end of the day, because it's going into
the sunset
nighttime, which is like a time where it's a bit unknown. You're not sure what's coming next. It's a bit scary, which is basically the metaphor for moving through one part of your life into another, which is how it's
all right, let's check this out. Listen to this amazing talent, and we'll be back straight after.
Shadows on the floor. Oh, mind to kill. My cup overflowed, water it ran empty. Grief for the light at rest, relief for the pain in my chest. Golden hour, so take us forward. Golden hour, golden hour, so take us forward. Golden hour. Take haste and serenity, and I hold on to the patience so tenderly. Sunlight rains on the other side, and I'll wait, I'll Golden hour, so take us forward. Golden hour.
Whoa, that is lush. Freyja, that is lush. I
Thank
love
you.
it. I love that. And you produced that as well.
I did, yes.
Sorry, I'm
Beautiful
really
song.
excited.
Beautiful, loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
you.
It's really beautiful, wasn't it?
Gorgeous song, yeah, lovely, amazing, very talented, extremely talented.
Oh, thanks so much.
Yeah. So, wow. That's just. So, is that available everywhere? That
Yes,
song, if
yeah.
everybody likes it out
It's
there, they
on
can.
Streaming, Apple, Spotify, Bandcamp,
And it's
YouTube.
okay. So it's Freyja Elsy, but it's spelled with a J. Freyja.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, beautiful.
Out of interest, what made you write a song about the golden hour?
At the time, I was sort of reevaluating a lot of life decisions and where I wanted to be, and everything was a bit scary. There was just a lot going on. And I say this a lot, but I always find that songwriting is a good way of expressing how you feel. It's like journaling. Like you want to work out how you're feeling about different parts of your life. And I felt like I was going from one part of my life into another, and I really didn't know what the next part of my life was going to look like. And there was so much of the unknown about what was going to happen next. But also finding the bravery to do that as well, because you can stay sitting in the sort of easy parts of your life where everything's the same and you know it and it's comfortable, or you can find some bravery to like jump in, take the leap and do scary things. So
What was the scary thing you were doing?
deciding whether I was going to change into a different part of my career. I really wanted to focus more on music and music writing, and I was in a full-time job at the time, which I did really like and learnt so many good skills from it, but it isn't what I want to do eventually. So
I think every artist goes through this because it's always a juggle, isn't it? I've been through this most of my adult life, like having a job but wanting to focus on music, trying to make music your career, your job, and then I guess now I'm in a position where I've got a creative role as well, and I'm hoping to be able to continue to do both,
yeah.
But it's always really difficult when you're an artist, how are you going to fund yourself? You have to kind of like have a job, and you have to, well, unless you're very lucky and you've got some kind of personal income, trustafarian vibes,
Yeah.
I call it trustafarians, when they've got their own trust funds. Yeah.
Relax.
Because I did write an article for Be Excellence magazine, shout out to Don Ali, with sound progression. I put some facts in there about, the majority of musicians, how it's changed, and it's got a lot more difficult in some ways for people from working class backgrounds to break through, which is quite sad, really. What do you think about that, Duke?
Yeah, I think that's really sad. It frustrates me that everybody doesn't get the same opportunity, and how much talent is out there, but just gets missed or just goes over people's heads because they've not been at the right place at the right time, or not had the same funding opportunities, or even like to make the music the best they can make it in terms of mixing and mastering, for example. That costs money.
Yeah.
It's just things like that. So
But that's why I love sound.
It's very
do you
frustrating.
Do you know sound progression? No.
I don't. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
so that's why I wrote that article, and I love those guys. Shout out to them. They are basically they're almost like a record label, but they are like, they work with youth service, and for young artists in and around Cardiff, they can get in touch with them. They can get, like, if they go to the youth club, they can get like help.
That's
And
awesome.
they got a producer, they got a studio, they got a writer, they got it all going on
That's brilliant.
for young
Oh, that's-
people.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's what we
Yes, it's really what we need, and that's why it was relevant to that article. But back to you, Freyja, and we're going to play another track, Requiem. Do you want to just tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this one is a bit more airy fairy with its topics. It was written during lockdown. It was sort of, I wrote it after meditating on anxiety and existential dread,
Which we all have in 2023. We are
We relate.
pandemic. It's
sending
still-
love to everybody.
I was sort of like trying to understand my place in the world and the
Yeah.
universe, as we all do.
I love those topics.
Yeah,
Great things to write about.
Yeah, I used to be quite religious back in the day, and now my aspect on my outlook on spirituality has sort of changed from a very like strict religious, organized religion, to a bit more like understanding a bit more about what could be, what might not be, and realizing that there's more peace in seeing a more humanist outlook on life and death.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it's quite metaphorical. It's about being one with the earth, the universe.
I love that.
And
Yeah,
enjoying
because
the chaos.
there is no separation.
no, we're all part of the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I can't wait to listen to this. Check this out. Freyja Elsy here on Radio Cardiff 98.7 FM. You're listening to Unity in Our Community, and this is Requiem by Freyja Elsy.
Once I fell from the sky, I floated like a cloud. I drifted in the river, raging forward, unfolding outward. Come take my hand, the chaos is my fate. Once I fell from my life, I wandered down the lane. I lay down in the valley, raging forward, rise to the surface. Come take my hand, the chaos is my fate.
that was Freyja Elsy and Requiem. Beautiful. Another beautiful song.
Thank you. very
Are you
much.
singing My Love, My Pain Divine?
Yes.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool. And while we were listening to that track, we were saying at the moment, you're kind of in that stage of writing stage, are you?
Yes, I'm writing a new EP. It's my debut EP, actually. I've not done an EP before.
Haven't you?
No, all my songs have just been singles so far.
Okay.
So this has been a challenge of like creating a project that's got a general theme throughout, which has been.
And who's the producer,
cool.
Freyja?
And me.
Shout out to all the female producers out there. We're going to get this music for females going. Yes.
I've written 3 songs for it so far. Kind of want to write another 2.
Yeah, so it's going to be like 5 tracks, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With they all sound different from each other, but I want them to have the same vibe, in a way. Even though they're.
But it's
have
quite
different
good to be
moods.
eclectic sometimes as well. Little bit.
Definitely. That's been the good challenge, actually. Learning how to produce is like learning what styles you can do. And when you learn more of the ins and outs of producing, you're like, oh, I could try this. I could try this genre or add in this instrument, and that's been really fun as well.
Amazing. Congratulations. It's so beautiful. I like your vibes.
Thank you.
I like your vibes. What do you think, Duke?
I love it. It's beautiful. It's mesmerizing, I think.
Oh, that's really nice.
Out of interest, is the Golden Hour and Requiem on the EP?
No, they were sort of just like individual songs that I wanted to write. So all of the songs that will be on the EP are completely new. But I have played a couple of them live so far.
Awesome.
But no, I haven't released any.
Oh,
of them.
yeah. Tell us about your next gigs and your social media. So anyone listening out there thinks, oh, I like that Freyja. She sounds pretty cool, because you do. Where should they get in touch with you?
I'm on social media. All of my handles are basically Freyja Elsy, and then on Facebook it's @Freyja Elsy Music.
Do you have a website?
I do. It's www.freyjaelsy.co.uk.
Well, when we put the show out, which I do on YouTube, on Unity in the Community YouTube, I will add all your info. So if people want to catch up with the shows, they hear something and they like it, they can do that. They can get in touch, and obviously I'll let you know when that is out and you can share it as well. But yeah, let's just have one more quick song before we go to the news. One that is not your song, is it? Or is there one more song from you? You've got Golden Hour.
I've got one more song, but
Which one is it? This Lungs one?
That's the one.
Let's play that then, because we've just got time to play that, and then we'll be back after this next track from Freyja and the news and the ads, and then we'll be back and we'll talk to Duke-Al.
Okay, I've got a voice note because I think it's probably just easier just to brain explode rather than type, because there's just so much stuff that doesn't seem very logical in my head, and I can't string it together in a sentence. And also, there's like loads of people who aren't here today, so I can be quiet and just talk for a bit.
I've tried so hard, time and time again. Maybe this time it won't feel so bad. But I know I've heard every love song under the sun. And I know he knows he's the same.
I think I'm struggling with the idea of don't throw away what's not broken, but at the same time, it's not okay anymore. It's not been okay for a while, and I think it all came out.
Over there, to your left, there's a girl. She's remembering what it's like to be alive. She's searching again and again for love. She's searching again and again for love. I've tried so hard, time and time again. Maybe this time it won't feel so bad. But I know I've heard every love song under the sun. could be everything, anyone he wanted and more. I've tried so hard, time and time again. Maybe this time it won't feel so bad. But I know, I've heard every love song under the sun.